The chairman took just one bite of the bacon cooked by the nanny, and immediately sensed something unusual about it. This familiar taste was something only his late wife could have made. When he was young, every time he came home from work, his wife would cook him a dish of bacon. After every meal, he would always praise her cooking skills. But just as the chairman was lost in thought, the scheming housekeeper began mocking the woman coldly. The woman thought her dish didn't suit the chairman's taste, and decided to leave his house. At that moment, the chairman stopped her right away, saying she was the chef he had been looking for. 20 years ago, the chairman had a family. Back then, they weren't rich, but they lived very happily. However, before they could have a second child, the woman learned from a neighbor that her husband had been in an accident. The shock was too much for her, leading to a premature birth. Unable to accept the reality, she later moved to the city with her son, but after the woman disappeared, the neighbors assumed she had died during childbirth. When the chairman survived the accident and came back to search for his wife, he was met with the news of her death. 20 years passed in the blink of an eye, and neither of them recognized each other when they met again. Due to the changing times, they didn't recognize one another. It was the fragrance of the woman's tea that caught the chairman's attention. After tasting the flavor, he felt an inexplicable familiarity. So, the chairman offered her a six-figure salary to come work as his personal chef. The woman, struggling to buy a house in a good school district for her son, agreed to the offer despite her difficult circumstances. Unbeknownst to her, their fate had already begun to turn again. The place where the woman worked happened to be in the district managed by the chairman's daughter. After observing her for several days, the daughter felt that this woman would be perfect as her mother to help her father start a new life. The chairman's daughter even photoshopped a fake marriage certificate and began deceiving both of them. When they found out, they were both very resistant, but they couldn't resist the daughter's persuasion and reluctantly agreed. At this point, neither of them knew what was really going on. Soon, the woman took the chairman's business card and went to the villa. Just as she was feeling happy, the housekeeper turned out to be her former best friend. But the scheming best friend panicked when she saw the woman. She had originally planned to take the position of the chairman's wife after the woman's death. Fearing that the chairman and the woman might recognize each other, she immediately tried to get rid of her. Fortunately, at that moment, the chairman appeared and kept the woman there. After tasting a simple home-cooked dish she made, the chairman was very pleased. Without saying another word, he asked her to take charge of all his meals. The scheming housekeeper tried to intervene, saying the woman wasn't fit to be a chef. But unexpectedly, the chairman defended her, firing the other chefs and declaring that the woman was his personal chef, and everyone had to respect her. When he learned that the woman's name was the same as his late wife's, the chairman immediately had his assistant investigate her identity and contacted the woman's daughter to annul her fake marriage. What he didn't expect was that the woman's flash marriage partner was actually her.